to make one of these wire wrap pendants, you will need a bead with a hole inside of it. You'll also need some 22 gauge wire, jewellery making wire. You will need 3 jump rings, like 2 smaller ones and 1 larger one if possible. So 3 jump rings altogether. You're going to need a chain to put the pendant on, and you're going to need a lobster clasp. Lobster clasp that opens. You can cut the chain any size that you want. What you also will need is a ruler. You'll need flush cutters, round nose pliers, flat nose pliers, and nose pliers. So first of all, you need to roll out your jewellery making wire. You're going to cut about 15 centimetres in length of wire. Cut that first with the flush cutters. Take flush cutters and just cut it. Then once you've cut it, you will pick up your round nose pliers, which are these. And oh, I've got a little mark here because this is the size that I want the loop to be. So I'll pick up my ruler again, and I'm going to measure in about 3 centimetres. So let's 3 centimetres. There we are. Keep my finger there. Then I'll put your round nose pliers. You're going to look where you've made the mark because that's the size that you want the loop to be. And then you're going to position it. So it's 3 centimetres. And then you're going to take the wire and turn it right around. Let's bring this here like that. Right around. So you've made like should be a P. Yeah, it looks like a P, doesn't it? A P shape. Put that down. Pick up your flat nose pliers and hold it like that. Hold it like this. And then we're going to bring this where this wire is. You see this wire here? You're going to wrap it around tightly. Well, not too tight, but tight enough. Going to wrap that around. And sometimes this wire's a bit soft. So sometimes you can pick up your chain nose pliers if you want. Clamp it and start wrapping it around. You're going to have the coils near to each other. Like that. Wrap it about 3 times. Sometimes what I do, this is why it's a little bit soft, but sometimes what I do, I pick up my round nose pliers and I shape the loop a bit and straighten there. Straighten it a bit. Then I'll clamp it again. And then I'll turn the wire. Sometimes I like to use my chain nose pliers to grip it and pull it over. You're going to wrap it about 3 times. The more you wrap, the more it gets harder to wrap round. I'm just going to straighten this. This wire is a bit soft, but so I'm just going to round this off a bit, neaten it. Should look like that. I'm just going to straighten out this bit. Just going to bring this wire around. Squeeze it in. So that there's no pokey bits. I think I'll just give it another pinch. So it should look like this, like a loop at the top and then 3 coils going down. And make sure that the loop is centered as much as possible. This jewelry making wire is 22 gauge, but it's soft. So it's a bit too soft. So really you should use 22 gauge, but like half hard if you want. But I'm okay with this, but it's a little bit soft. Like when I kind of press it, it can make a bit of a mark. It's a bit soft, this wire. So I recommend using half hard. But if you've got the soft, if the wire's a bit soft, you can still just use it, but just makes a bit of patterny. It just makes a bit of marks there, but it's okay. All right. So make sure the wire you got is nice and round at the top, and then 3 coils in, and that you've tucked in the pokey piece. So the next thing you do is pick up your bead and push it on. Pick up your bead, put it right down the end. So it should look like that. So that's the next stage. Now you're going to pick up your round nose pliers again, and you're going to look for that mark, because we want the loop to be that same size, remember? And then about 1/2 centimetre. So let me just measure that, sort of 1/2 centimetre. Where's my ruler? Let's measure here. So that's 1 centimetre. So okay. So about 1/2 centimetre. Yeah, right, 1/2 centimetre. There it is. Yeah. All right. Put that down, and then oops. Let me bring it up to where my mark is. There it is. So my mark is here. This bit from this bead to the pliers is 1/2 centimetre. I'm going to hold the wire. I'm going to bring it right round again. I'm going to bring it round again. It's a wrap. I'm going to pick up my square nose pliers, and I'm going to clamp it on. Oops, clamp it on, and I'm going to start to wrap again. 1, 2, about 3 times. All right, you can see this might be, if this loop is a bit wonky, just pick up your round nose pliers and just twirl it a little bit. Right, so it should look like this. So my favourite part is we're going to make the wrap around the bead, the pretty wrap around the bead. So we wrapped it round. So you can kind of see so turn it and wrap it around. Just going to wrap it around once because the bead's kind of small. Wrap it. So I've put the wire across the bead, and then I'm just going to wrap it further down. Just wrap it twice, that'll do. So the wire's wrapped round, and then just wrap it a couple of times at the bottom. So it looks like that. And now we're going to cut this bit off with the flush cutters, just holding it and cutting it off. I have made the bead. I've picked up my one of the smaller jump rings. I have opened it across like that. I shall thread on the pretty pendant, then put the chain in between, and I'm going to close it in. Might add a drop of little glue. Yeah, you can always add a drop of glue, but let me just close it. So it should look like that. Then we can go to one side. I'll just pick up the larger bead. Gonna open it like that. Come to the end of the chain. Thread it on. It's quite small, so get in. Yeah, I've got it. Oh, I got in. I'm going to place it on my finger, so then, yeah, I got in there. And then I'll pick up my flat nose pliers. I'm going to bring this together like that. This bead is, this wire is quite soft, so I'm going to drop a bit of glue. I like to I mean you can if you want, drop a little bit of glue in between. Put a bit of this glue, just put a little bit on. It's optional, but because the wire's a bit soft, so I like to just drop a bit on it in between. I'm going to open it back, and I dropped a little bit of glue there, so I only put a little bit because I don't really, and push it back together because I don't really like the glue showing, so just a little bit. This is optional, just because the wire's a little bit too soft for my liking. It is a nice colour wire though, because I've got other gold wires, but they're too kind of gold, but I like this kind of gold colour, this colour wire. So now I'll go on the other side now. I'm going to pick up my lobster clasp. I'm going to pick up my other jump ring. I'm going to open it. Just open it with this. Just going to open it and thread it onto the I've opened my other jump ring, and then I'm going to thread on the lobster clasp, and then on the other side of the chain I'm going to thread it on. Right, I've threaded it on. I'm just going to close it and press it, thread it on like that. There you have a lovely pendant on a lovely chain. And also I made one in pink. You can try other bead colours and that. So if you like this video, please press the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And please share this to anyone else who wants to make some jewellery. And if you've got any comments or questions, please pop them down below. I'd love to hear from you. And I've also got, I'm on social media, so I'll pop them down below. I've also got an Etsy shop if you want to have a look at what I make and as well. I make jewellery, making some key rings and phone straps. I've got much more to put on there as well. So I'll link down some other jewellery that you can make.